went to the back to check out one of the tables, but Janie's here. And tell us a little bit about your organization and why you're here today.
Absolutely. Well, I reached out because I care a lot about the American Heart Association. My mom was actually, she passed away of a heart attack. So I've been involved with that organization for a long time. And of course, little Morgan has my heart. I'm here today, I'm president of Creative Kids Rock. I started this program 6 years ago with a little girl who was 8 years old that had dyslexia, and she was just being diagnosed. I know what that little girl felt like because I was that little girl. I also have dyslexia. I was diagnosed as an adult. So we set out to do something really positive for these kids. And what we do is we celebrate the creative gifts and talents of children with dyslexia, but not just kids with dyslexia, all kids. And it's been a true blessing to really be able to get that flame going for kids and get their creativity going, because I truly believe these are going to be our leaders in the world. So yes to creativity, and that's what we're all about.
And so you have a booth here today, and you're also wearing a sash because you're Mrs. Wisconsin?
I am. I'm Mrs. Wisconsin U.S. Continental. I'll be competing for the national title in May.
Wow, well congratulations, and thanks for coming out and sharing your message. It's so important, creativity. Thanks, Janie. So today is all about raising money, and we've been talking about that, and I hope you guys are being generous. I know you're here to enjoy some family time and have some fun, but we're also talking about raising money. And through the Frames and their Celebrate Life fundraiser and what they do outside of this and all year, they've been able to raise about $20,000 to put AEDs into local schools and to help with CPR training. And it's so important because we know it's saving lives and it's making a difference. And so we really appreciate you being here today. I know there are silent auction items. I hope you all grabbed your ticket, your bid ticket when you came in. And there are so many cool things up there. There's paintings, there's some artwork, some local artists they have donated, and there's also some fun things for kids. I know your kids are gonna walk up and go, oh, that's so cool. There's some fun and games and some packages. It's always fun to leave with something. I think Patrick was saying earlier, we've had this place packed before. We've had 500 plus people here. So I know the weather isn't great today, and so it might be keeping some people away. So you are here in the room, so help us out with a great cause. There's the Door County Weekend. That is awesome. That is a great getaway. It's a beautiful condo. It's in Ephraim, and it's just gorgeous. And you know about Door County. I mean, it's just a great opportunity to get away with the family and enjoy what we have to offer here in Northeast Wisconsin. We really do live in a beautiful area. I know right now it's hard to look outside and say that, but we love the snow too, as long as you're skiing or snowmobiling or sledding in it, not having to drive in it, right? So thanks again to all the volunteers who came out today too to help out. We know that that makes a difference. It takes a lot, you know, for our young people, right, to volunteer and to do something to give back. And as parents, thank you for having your kids come out today, because that shows what you're all about. I feel that deeply in my heart that I teach my kids to pay it forward and to volunteer and get involved in different things like that. So that really makes a difference. That speaks volumes about you as a parent and what we're teaching, because we're raising the next generation of givers and doers, right? Making a difference in this world. So really appreciate that. Can't say enough thank yous. And Sarah, right? Sarah is in the middle of the room. She has, I mean, every kid is walking around here, right? You see if they don't have a lollipop in their mouth, go see Sarah in the middle and see if you can get lucky and grab one of those. I talked with her, super sweet. Thumbs up, Sarah, and to all the other kids here today. And so I just wanted to take a moment to bring the Frames up. Susan and Patrick and Hannah and Morgan, very close to my heart. We met actually just at an organization, and we have so many like weird personal connections, so many similarities in our families. And so we started talking, and we've been family friends for a long time now. And we know what you've been through. Like Patrick was saying, if you weren't here, you know, I got one of the first text messages to explain to me what was going on, and my heart broke, and you know, instantly, it's like, how can I help and what can I do? And now 7 years later, they're still saying that. how can I help? What can I do? And those are the families that make a difference in our community, who really step up to the cause, because they could have survived with Morgan. They could have gone home and said, wow, aren't we lucky? But they chose to do something about it and make a difference, because they said, hey, wait a second, that AED was in the right place at the right time and it saved our little girl. And so for them to be here today and still doing what they're doing really makes a difference. And they are. They're making a difference every day, and they've helped save lives, and that's the bottom line. So I want to welcome them up here, have them share their story with you if you haven't heard it, because it's quite moving and quite emotional. And come on up, Morgan. And I don't even want to talk about the cast thing, because that has nothing to do with your heart. That has to do with just being a normal, everyday girl, right? So please give a big round of applause to the Frame family.
Thank you, Tammy, and thank you for everyone for coming out today. I know that the weather is not all that great, and we appreciate the extra effort of you guys to come out here and share in our celebration. The first year we had this event, it was literally to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Morgan's survival. We did it more of a healing for ourselves. Obviously, going through something like that is a very traumatic event. And it just kept going from there. We said, no, we need to do more, because if it wasn't for that AED, she would not be with us. So Morgan's story starts right after her 3rd birthday. We were at Lambeau Field and looking at all the pretty Christmas lights. It was just after the holidays, and she suddenly collapsed. We thought maybe she was having a 2-3-year-old tantrum because we told her it was time to go. And so we thought she was just playing around. Well, unfortunately, when Patrick went and turned her over, she was blue. Her lips were blue. She was not breathing. There was no heartbeat. And he looked up at me and he said, we have to start CPR. And so I knelt down beside her, her little tiny body, and you know, it's running through my head, okay, she's 3, but she just turned 3, she's 2, so do I do a full hand or 2 hands or just the 2 feet? You know, so these things go through your head really fast. And I just went down and I said, it doesn't matter, I just have to start doing it. So I started CPR, and Patrick yelled for an AED, and we had the amazing Andy Wellens, who is way over hiding. He always, oh, there he is. He's way over at the bar. Andy is the head of Packer Security, and he brought us the AED that ultimately saved her life. So Patrick grabbed the AED, put the leads on her chest, and if you have never used an AED, it can be extremely intimidating. And that's one of the things that we want to get across to people is AED